Apple did an amazing job this year with the new MacBook Pros, including this new M1 Max MacBook Pro. It's insane. Like, it by itself can do it all. But today, I just wanted to go into some of the best affordable accessories that you can get for your new MacBook Pro in 2022. What's up, everybody? It's the Biggie. First and foremost, thank you for stopping by today's video. Now, right out the gate, the M1 Max MacBook Pro and just the regular MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip, they don't need anything. These new laptops are powerhouses by themselves, including the new M1 Max. I've done plenty of videos over the last few months to showcase that, traveling around with this thing, producing lots of videos and putting it in many different situations to prove that it is an all-in-one beast. With all the upgrades of the new ports with the MacBook Pros, there's just no need. Like, don't feel pressured to have to get anything. But if you're somebody like me who wants to just expand in the user experience of the new MacBook Pros, then you're gonna enjoy some of these things today. First and foremost, we gotta talk mouse and keyboard. Now, I'm using the MX Master 2S from Logitech and the MX Keys Mini keyboard as well from Logitech. Now, the keyboard's really not on the affordable side, coming in at $99, and the mouse, to some people, may not be affordable, but what you get out of this and for how long it lasts, I would highly recommend this or the new 3 version. There is a price difference between the two. You can see mine is absolutely disgusting because I literally use this for everything. And that's why I'm putting this as one of the best accessories that you can get for your MacBook Pro. I actually transitioned from MacBook to PC through this mouse alone. And that's what makes it a great feature, is having those auto switch options. It's easy to use, it's comfortable, and has a lot of little extra features that make it great to use for creatives. Same thing goes with this MX Keys Mini from Logitech as well. This keyboard just has a satisfying use out of it. It's an automatic backlit, so it will automatically light up when you are currently using the keyboard. It has an emoji button at the top. I know that's like completely irrelevant, but it's awesome. And the reason I like this more than the regular MX Keys keyboard is because it's more compact, it's tiny, you still have all your shortcut features based around the keyboard, easy to travel with or move around the house if you just want to work in different locations. Okay, now you got a mouse and keyboard, whether you got the ones that I just showed you, you got to put them on something. And I have to recommend a felt desk mat. Now, this is a very affordable item. I got this for under $25. In fact, right now, as me making this video, it's on sale for $18, and it comes with this awesome little additional leather pad as well. But it's just a simple Amazon purchase desk pad. I've been recommended by creators for a while now to switch to felt. With me having a background in gaming, obviously I've had my fair share of mouse pads and desk pads, but in that creator environment, this is comfortable to use hours on end, and also it just looks badass too, doesn't it? Next to the mouse pad, you've probably already noticed by now that my MacBook is sitting on top of a stand, and a stand is something that I do have to recommend. At first, I've seen other creative setups and other creators suggest stands, like the Everyday Dad, for example. And to be honest, I was really curious as to how much of a difference it made. I'm like, come on. Like, what's it gonna do? And then when I got my new MacBook Pro and I was using it way more than other laptops, I took a risk, I got one, and it changed so much. Having this screen eye level when I want to sit it down and be in a more workspace situation using mouse and keyboard, a desk pad, like turning this more into like a desktop version of itself, it changes the game in work productivity. It just makes everything super easy and visible right in front of you, and gets rid of that neck and shoulder strain that a lot of creators and creatives do deal with. So yes, I can't recommend a stand enough. I got mine for like $40 off of Amazon. I think you can find them cheaper too. Up next, we have a more expensive item, the Lacy Rugged hard drive. You can go with any hard drive or external hard drive. I would recommend a solid state drive. It has been shown that the new MacBooks, if you use their internal SSD hard drives that are installed on the computer, that whatever program you're working in, it does run more fluently by using that drive. But as a full-time content creator, creative, I cannot imagine not having an external hard drive. These come clutch, and they are very much worth the investment. You don't have to get this Lacy brand. I think by now it's a little bit more expensive. I've had this for years. They come in many different versions, many different speeds, all the way up to the newest Thunderbolt speeds. If you have the money to get one of these, I would recommend it. It's clutch. I've had this thing for probably 4 years now. It's gone through trips, camping, many career path changes. It's an absolute tank. But again, if you want to be a little bit more affordable, you can find a lot of options for external SSD drives. Next up, I want to talk headphones. Now, I'm going to recommend these as a creator, but these are still pretty expensive. But what you get out of these, they're actually not expensive compared to other headphones in this market. I have the HD58X Jubilees from Massdrop. These Sennheiser headphones, I think, are coming in at around 150 or so. There will be a price update in the link. But with the new MacBooks, we have a headphone jack port. And that headphone jack port is powered. So getting, I guess, studio styled headphones, I guess that's what you would call these. What's the technical term of headphones like this? Getting headphones that create a higher end sound that need power is going to work well with your new MacBook Pro. And again, I cannot recommend these HD58X Jubilees enough. Not sponsored. I invest into these personally. They're open back so you can still hear things around your environment, but they're so comfortable to use. They create such good quality. You can hear so much out of them, and they pair so well with the new MacBook Pros. Next, we have some like boring things, but I think honestly, these are the must-haves. If you're getting a new MacBook Pro and you're using it for what it's created to do, which is like almost like a run and gun creative laptop, you're gonna have to consider having these things next to your side, especially if you travel or want to work in different environments or have different options. First and foremost, yes, invest into the Thunderbolt 4 cables. Some creators will say, go ahead and get Thunderbolt 3s too if you can't afford the 4s, because they are kind of expensive. I would just say go for the 4s. Get them, invest the money, and have them. They are worth it. The time that you save with the transfer speeds alone are unreal. Amazing high-end quality cables, can't recommend them enough. And on top of that too, I'm gonna suggest that you get a USB-C Ethernet adapter. Although we were blessed with the port options on the new MacBook Pros with an SD card slot, an HDMI, an auxiliary, we don't have Ethernet. And honestly, moving forward, a lot of laptops and devices are moving away from Ethernet ports. So just getting a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, I think, is huge to have in your accessories. Now, if you have a little workstation like this, I would highly recommend a charging dock for all your devices. Whether you're Apple or Android, having a little station around your laptop that you can just kind of put everything away to make sure it's charged while you're working is clutch. I have a cheap one that I found at Costco here that charges with my phone, my watch, and my earbuds all at the same time. It's got fast charging for all devices. I set everything down while I'm working on a little project in the morning, like half hour to hour, everything's ready to go for the day. A couple other things you could consider: a USB hub. I used to use one of those a lot. It had an HDMI on it. It had an Ethernet cable on it. It had multiple standard USB ports. I have one laying around here somewhere, but the reason I didn't include it in today's video is because ever since I got this MacBook, I personally haven't had to use it anymore. So I just thought it'd be kind of bullshit for me to put it in the video as just another item that you should buy. Everything in here today is stuff that I actually genuinely use and I feel like is a good accessory to the MacBook Pro. On top of that too, I've noticed a lot of creators in videos like this, they put laptop sleeves as a suggestion for an accessory. And I agree with that. I understand why people have laptop sleeves. I personally do not. I have this camera bag that I will be upgrading to an everyday bag soon if Peter McKinnon's bag can ever finally release to the public. But if this laptop is leaving this house, this stand, it's going through this slot right here in this bag. So personally, I just found it kind of redundant for me to buy a laptop sleeve to just put it in there at the end of the night, only to unsheath it and put it right back on its stand. Usually at the end of the day, I just close the stand down, or if it's on my big creative setup where it's under the desk and plugged in, the lid's already closed, it's just plugged in. At that point, it's just a tower at the end of the day. All right, those are some of my favorite accessories for my new M1 Max MacBook Pro in 2022. Let me know if there's anything today that I have that you currently have or are interested in. Let me know if there's anything that you've seen from today's video that you're like, I gotta sag that now. On top of that, let me know if you're not a MacBook user and there's something that you've seen here today that you're like, that would go well with my laptop or just even my desktop. All right, gang, like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.